and the text is of the 100 bytes. On an average 2000 the 100 means for the 1 byte of the text you have the 20 bytes of the image. So what we call it is a term we use, call it embedding factor. The larger is the size of the cover, the smaller is the data, the embedding factor is going to be larger, means you have larger scope, the more scope to hide a small amount of the data. What we call some mathematical relationship. How we find it? Here suppose here the factor we have taken, the k equal to 3 and the m equal to 4, means here suppose we treat the image, that is the bit skew, but what is the collection of 2 bit, 2 bit, 2 bit, not the byte, the 2 bit, 2 bit, 2 bit, and take the 2 bit, the digital value will be either 0, 1, 2 or 3, correct? Take the 2 bit, there is the decimal, the value what we call it will be anything between 0 to 3 entirely, it is not going to be anything. Similarly for the message, if you take the 2 bit, 2 bit, then it will be either 0, 1, 2 or 3. But what I told you, if the embedding factor is suppose 20, means for one such element of the message we have the 20 element of the image and we have to hide this one in that 20. So here that embedding factor I have taken 3. Then they take these 3 elements from the image, 3, 3, 3 block. There may be many such, correct now? And the first one has the value 0, 1, means the bit it is the 0, 1. Second one is the 2, means the bit is the 1, 0. Third one is the 0, 0 and so on accordingly. Now what we do, take this, we are taking the 2, 2, add them together and find the addition modulo 4, 2 to the power x, but by that, okay? So that addition modulo 4, and that 4 will depend upon that m factor. M factor means that is the 2 bit we have taken, the m is nothing but the 2 to the power that 2. If you have taken the 3, then the m will be 2 to the power 3, that is the 8. If it is 4, it will be 2 to the power 4, that is the 16, correct? We have taken, add them, divide it by 4, addition modulo we have taken. Now what is it? This is again between the 0 to 3. Message bit is also 2 bit, 2 bit. That value will also either the 0, 1, 2 or 3. Take the corresponding message, the value from the message. So suppose first 2 bit of the message has the value 2, second 2 bit has the value 2, third 2 bit has the value 1. Now compare it, what the corresponding block of the message. The corresponding block means this is the coming from, this is from the message, sorry, cover, and this is from the message. So the functional output of the message for that is the 3 and from the message it is just 2. Compare it, wherever it is equal, somewhere and the many places it becomes equal, like the second block. The functional output from the cover is 2, it's equal to the value of the such message. You don't have to do anything. So what we call it, this is naturally embedded in the cover. You don't have to do anything in that. Wherever it is not matching, then something to be done so that at the receiver end, the functional output of the corresponding block should match to this one. So what we call it, that we are just shuffling something, some bit from the one block to the other. So here we call it nodes are. We are creating a graph in which the nodes will be generated only in the case where the functional output of the corresponding block is not matching with the message block. Where the two nodes will be created. So what before that, nodes the output is generated, and see this, the whatever this is the difference is coming. Difference means the message output the 2 and the corresponding block functional value is 3. The 2 minus 3, the minus 1. This minus 1 is simply added to the corresponding value over there. I hope it's okay. So this 2 minus 3, I hope the lighter, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 2 minus 2 0. This is the 1 minus 1. Now this simply add this over there. So whenever it is going to be added, and the addition modulo 4 will apply there, correct? Na? So 1 minus 1, that is the 0, 2 minus 1, that is the 1, 0 minus 1 is 3. I hope it's okay. 0 minus 3 is 1. Sorry, 0 minus 1 is 3, it is written. How come it is?
So base 3 है तो अगर 3 में 1 कौन था?
We are saying that 0 minus 1, we are writing this minus 1 will get added to this last 0, first block. So 0 minus 1, we are referring this as a 3. Is it okay? And I will ask, I will give you the logic. Suppose if you divide minus 1 by 4, I am repeating the question. You divide minus 1 by 4, what will be the remainder? Divide minus 1 by 4, what will be the remainder? Whenever minus 1 is divided, any number, mind it, you divide whenever you try at your free time, whenever you are dividing a number, it will be 3, am I right? Minus 1, so remainder is always positive, can never be negative, because minus 1 divided by 4, so whatever you are going to subtract from the minus 1, this subtrahend should be less than minus 1. So if you are in the 4 into 0, 4 into 0, 0, the 0 cannot be subtracted from minus 1 because 0 is greater. So now dividend, you just decrement by 1, it will be minus 1, 4 into minus 1, minus 4, and this minus 4 you can subtract from minus 1 because minus 4 is smaller than minus 1. So whenever you are subtracting minus 4 from minus 1, what will be that? Minus 1 minus minus 4, correct now? This is a golden rule. Whenever you are finding this modular arithmetic, a remainder is never negative. If you are dividing something by m, the remainder is always going to be between 0 to m minus 1. Never. I hope it's okay. So that's why 0 minus 1 minus 1, addition modulo 4 we are. They are dividing by 4 and they are just noting the remainder, which is the 3. I hope now it's okay. Correct now? Similarly, the other one is abstract. 3 plus 1, 4, that will be the 0. 1 plus 1, 2, it's okay, 1 plus 0. Now because there is a mismatch between, there are so many basic things which we simply ignore. We don't try to understand, we don't try to learn. This modular arithmetic is one of that. I have encountered many places. Whenever I ask, whenever minus 2 is divided by 5, what will be the remainder? Pat comes the reply minus 2. Correct? Not so. Correct? Anyway, this is the normal. So now the nodes are created. The nodes are created only where there is a mismatch between the functional output of the cover and the corresponding value of the message bit. So this node is created. Now in this node we find which nodes are adjacent, and this adjacency concept is hidden in the message. Very simple. Just see here. This diagram, see, just simply this value here 0, this one, this value, and that the last 0, correct? And the last 1 over there with this 1, correct? So what we call it, if you swap simply the last bit, the 0, here it is the 2. What I am saying is that if we swap this 2 bit with this 2 bit, the third block, this one, here this value will be 0. The 0 plus 2 plus 0, the functional output will be 2, and which will be matching with the message bit. If we put 1 over here, the 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5, the remainder will be 1, it will be matching with that. The means is simply if we swap these two, the functional output of the corresponding block will match with the message bit. Message is hidden there. So whenever at the receiver end, it is going to extract the information, it will take the functional output of the first K block, it is 2, second it is the 2, third one it is going to be 1, only the message such block will come and it will be simply extracted. What we have done? We have done it simply swapping, but the swapping on what ground? Ground that finding the relationship, the adjacency. Once the nodes are adjacent, we just swap it. This, I hope it's okay. This is the next, the complete theoretical jargon, correct now? Theoretical jargon on that. Here what the terminology we have used, the node, two nodes U, the P1, P2, Pk, K is the embedding factor. How many blocks we are taking? So in that example, K is 3, the only 3 we are taking. I will just repeat it. The 1, 2, 3, the P1, P2, P3, and this is the value, like the T1, T2, T3, so whatever the value is there, 0, 1. And this is the swapping is done. Whenever the value of the S1, the value of the S1 means the first, this is the 1. If it is equal to that sum of this one code, then the swap corresponding value over there. And at the time of swapping, at the time of swapping, one thing is taken into consideration which this algorithm achieves. Because in the image, there are the various statistical value which needs to be preserved when some data is hidden over there. Color frequency is one of them. Color frequency means byte by byte in the image how many red pixels are there of the same intensity, how many blue pixels are there of the same intensity. So if that frequency is retained even by swapping, then it is very difficult to detect by the stag analyst if something is hidden over there. And if some here and there changes, some swapping, because nothing is altered, nothing extra is, only thing you have in the image itself, the 2 bit of here is taken from here, less something and this has been put over there. So all inside the image, nothing from extra it is going over there. So all the bits of whatever is being changed is from the, it retains the color frequency, it retains the most of the characteristic of the image and it achieves the very embedding. This one, this is the 0 and the 1, the red color. So this is swapped. Earlier here it was 1, there it was 0. Now it is swapped. Functional output of that 2. This is the 2. This is the 1. So now means now your the image or the whatever the digital cover, whatever is that, digital cover contains the information which you want to edit. Pass it at the receiver end. You are not passing anything. Just you are passing the image there. At the most you will be passing the embedding factor. Embedding factor, okay, how many block of that is equivalent to the one message bit. Accordingly, you read that, find the functional output of that, and then get the message bit. Actually, this is the one of the algorithm. Gently developed, sustainable. We use it. How to hide the information in such a way that no useful color bit of the image or of any digital cover, any useful information gets distorted. The sustainable can just hide it and retain the basic characteristic of the cover. If you can achieve that, what we call it, this is the sustainable, the approach of hiding the information into that. This works on the 2 concepts. In fact, 3. Whenever such functional output, whatever we have discussed, and message corresponding bit, either the corresponding will be matching. Now, if it matches, then we do not have to do anything. So, we say that this is naturally present in the cover. You do not have to alter any bit. We have some mathematical formula we have used. We have taken what the result is going to be, what the corresponding value of the message. If it is matching, you do not have to do anything. It is naturally present. Sometimes it will be the functional value of that, it is matching with the some other somewhere, not the first to first or the fifth to fifth, but the fifth is matching with the third, fifth is matching with the seventh one. Then in that case we call it this is the cross embedded. The fifth part of the message is available in the third part of the cover, third block of the cover. So only this information you just write in some redundant information, do not disturb the color bit of that. So what is the graphically? Input is the secret message M, and this is worked on the 24-bit BMP. 24-bit BMP has the special characteristic, every pixel has the 3 byte. One is used for the red, another for the blue and the green, RGB, correct? And the characteristic of that, every next line, so this is the image size, if you say that this is by the height and the width, 105 pixels in the horizontal and the suppose 201 or the 203 the vertical one. So we say that each line contains the 105 or the 100 this. So every next line starts from the quad boundary. Quad boundary means 4 word forward. So suppose 4 byte, correct now? That means suppose this line terminates at somewhere which is not a complete multiple of 4, but the 4 plus 1, 4 plus 2, then this additional 2 byte, 3 byte is added, what we call it padded, just to complete the structure. Next line should start from the quad boundary. I will show you the formula over there. So this padded extra byte, we call it extra byte or 0 byte. This is a redundant data. So this information, if you are writing something over there, this is anywhere at the time of loading on the screen, saving, this is simply ignored. This is of no use. And this is not going to increase the size of the cover. Size will remain because 4 byte is anyway that is there, 2 byte, 1 byte, 0 byte is anyway it is there. So if you are writing this 00 byte with something else, size will remain the same. And anyway that is not going to affect any color pattern of the image. Goes completely unnoticed. So this relationship between message M and the C, simply do nothing the way we have done. Convert the message M into array of X bits element. It is very good. You can write a program and you can just test it, and it's very enjoyable. You can find it, correct now? Convert message M into the array of a X bit element. Represent the array as the text L, where L is the number of such blocks. Suppose the character is of 20 bytes. The message is of text we are saying, message M. We suppose the 20 byte, and you have taken X as the 2, then the 20 into 4, the 80. The value of the L will be 80. If we have taken X as a 4, then the each byte means the 2 part. Then the 20 into 2, 40, something like that it will come. The L, where L is the size of the array, correct? Similarly, the same concept, message. Convert the cover C into the array of a X bits element, then the array is this one. Of course, this value of the N is going to be much larger because the size of the cover is much larger. But in the block, the element, we are just keeping it the same over there. Now, we use this factor, one embedding factor we are using, that I will just show you the example over there. Forget it, all the theoretical will leave it. This is the one diagram, only 4 possibilities are there. This is what we call it, every block, the KK, the embedding factor is the K, and the K is nothing but equal to the N divided by L, correct na? L is the size of the text, N is the size of going to be the message. Okay, so each block means for every such unit of message, we have these many unit of the cover. इसका functional output निकालिए, whatever is the aim, you match it. So if it is matching, we call it the naturally embedded. If the one block, the output is matching with the something, we are not going to swap, mind it. In the what the Hazel Murjal has done, we are not swapping it. Simply we write it is the cross embedded. And something we say that if we can change some of that, then we say that this is partially embedded. Partially embedded means message output is going to be the one of the part of this C upon K. Means the possibly, what I am saying is, if this output is not matching, here it is matching the cross one, but suppose the C2x over there, C2x, this is matching over here. That this particular unit is as it is as the must. So we say that this is the partially embedded. We take this information, and the only these information, which is the very, once you get a good cover, this mismatch comes very rare. Make a triplet and write this into the extra byte. Extra byte, what is extra byte? Look here, the byte which is added to complete the format of the image, quad boundary. The 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte we are going to use. One example, you just see. Here x equal to 4 we have taken, and just L equal to 2m. This is the image. And the two masks we use just to segregate the least significant, the leftmost 4 bits and the rightmost 4 bits, correct? So that is the mask we are using. Suppose the text we want to hide is this is steganography. Simply just remove all the spaces, because what the advantage, all the this information hiding specialist use that. Once you have the free text of the character, the stream, what the text has to be made out, you can easily make it out. Where the space to be added, where the punctuation is to be added. So once you have this, anybody who is reading, this is the, after 1 or 2 reading, you can make it out. This is written, this is steganography. So there is no need of putting the burden of all the white spaces, punctuation marks, and so on to increase the message size. You can very well trim it. Trim it and make it the continuous, what you call the stream of character. This is going to be 19 characters. Each character will be divided into 2 parts, the leftmost nibble and the rightmost nibble, correct? This is 38, so the text 38 will be stored over that, correct? Now this is the value for this one. Once you find it out, you work it, sometimes test it, then you will get it. This is the 5 value, the T. Once you divide into the lower 5 and this one, there should be nothing but the 5, 4. 5 for the most, this one, and the 4 for the rightmost. This string will give you this ASCII code, the T. So these are the value we are going to get over there. This image, see the image, which is a 24-bit BMP having height 135 pixel in the column, 135 pixel, and the width is the 167. The image size is the 135 by the 167. The number of bytes required in the every line. The line, the horizontal, kind of width, the 167 pixels are there. In the 24-bit, each pixel needs 3 bytes, one for the R, G, and the B. That means the number of bytes will be the 167 into 3, correct? Next line starts at the quad word boundary, correct? So the each line in the color palette position contains, just see, you have the 501 bytes. So once you divide 501 by 4, the remainder is going to be 1, am I right? the 501, the 500 is the 125, the 125 4 byte is there, next 1 byte is there. Next line cannot start just immediately after that. So what is there? This quad boundary, word boundary has to be completed. The 1 and the how many extra byte has to be added over there? Padded 3. So that's the formula. How many extra bytes will be required to complete the quad boundary? Correct? Total number of extra bytes in the image. Now in the one line, the number of extra byte is 3. And how many lines are there? 135. The total number of extra byte is going to be 405. And that is more than enough. So why is the 3, 4, 5 some disparity in that? The total bytes for the color pixel is this much. Color pixel means what we are into 3 bytes, and just multiply by the 2. Every byte has the 2 4 bit. This much nibbles, correct? Therefore, for every nibble of the text, we have the 3555 nibbles in the image to hide. So how we are doing? The total, like the n, you divide it by the L, nothing else. That means 3559 such 4-bit block. You have this space to hide the 1 4-bit from the message, large area. Now you do, find this the functional output. The addition modulo 16, because the 4-bit we have taken. So the functional value will be anything between 0 to 15. So that's why we are finding the addition modulo 16. Of these 38 units of Ritna is stored in the image, and this is the value that is encountered. This is computed value, correct na? And then we match it. Oh, chodo, this is the once we image over there, correct na? The once we write it, correct na? So what we do is just see the previous one, this one, and the previous page, whatever the text. So just correspondingly we match whether the first one of this and the corresponding of the text is matching. If it is matching, then it is naturally embedded. If this is matching with some this one, so this is the cross embedded. So we write this relationship. That's the index of these two. If it is not matching either the natural or the cross embedded, then we see that whether this block contains that message itself, then we say that it is the partially embedded. And if at all none of the relationship is found, which is very rare, we have tested on more than 400 such text and the number of images, we rarely find any instance where you won't find either the complete what is called natural embedded, cross embedded, or the partial embedded. Even the partial embedding comes very rare, either it will be cross embedded or the natural embedded. This value, whatever the relationship, you write. So this is the original one, and this is the embedded, the B part, the stego. Or any individual, even on the computer, if you zoom it of the any level, it will be very difficult to find is there any. Even the statistical analysis using the MATLAB, I don't know how many of you have used this MATLAB over there. If we use that and do the statistical analysis, you will find the very similar, almost similar graph for that. It is very difficult to, because there is no change almost. So whatever we are going to hide something, we are going to hide in the extra block over there. But still this is vulnerable. It is not like that it is a solid proof, and this is like whenever you are passing, because if somebody reduces the size of the image and cuts the extra byte, your message is lost. Then you will have to use the T code and other thing. So still it is vulnerable. And somebody destroys the image itself, it is passing, and the entire what is called communication takes place in the concept of a stored and forward. So wherever it is somebody is just distorting, or instead of this image somebody is passing some other image over there, that case you can't help, and in fact in any case you can't do anything. But as long as this is passing, then this is the secure, message can be recovered out of that. And this is the one example. I hope it It is not boring, I can continue over there, correct? Na? So this is another example. First we have done a digital cover of any type. For example, we have taken that 24-bit image, BMP image, and the message, and finding the relationship, and we are hiding. This is an example where we hide the information in the map itself. Correct? Na? The map means a graph. Map is nothing. Those who have done this planar graph, all of you are the MCA students and the faculty over there. In the planar graph, the planar graph is basically a map. So the overlapping of the segment is not allowed. Correct? Na? So this is nothing but the hiding in the planar graph. But planar graph, hiding in that, with the restriction, here we are not going to represent the graph the way traditionally we used to represent in the computer science. Traditional data structure, adjacency list, adjacency matrix, incidence matrix, not. Because that is not going to give you the enough redundancy. We use altogether another data structure, what we call it is the file-based data structure, which contains the 3 entities, correct? Na? Or any, like the node. So we still refer it as a node. We call it whenever 2 or more nodes are adjacent, then we just draw a line, we call it the segment. But here the segment is just a line from the one point to the other.